Okay, let me get my puffy puff. Okay. Mm,
Okay,
Center muscle. Oh, sorry, Gan. I was moving over so Gan could get in the picture. Ready?
ready.
Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic. And today we have yet again the most fabulous, the beautiful, the ever knowledgeable Miss Marissa. Hello, Marissa.
Hello, hello.
And we have Gandalf stand-in co-host over here. And you can't see him, it's because he's in shadow. Only true shadow cat believers will see the whole cat. I don't see the whole cat, so I must not be. Anyway, speaking of beliefs, Marissa, do you still think we're all psychic?
Um, no,
You changed your mind? Oh, yeah, that's right. You had said no
I
before.
did change my mind.
Change your
Yeah,
mind.
before.
So
hmm
you already changed it. Okay, you
Yeah,
still there? Still where you were?
I'm still where I was. Yeah,
You said some people don't have souls. That's what the reason was last time. I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that some people here are made here, like they weren't made like some of us were, like,
that makes sense. Yeah.
from source. I think they are almost like NPCs or, yeah, that's what I
You
think.
know, nobody's talked about the NPC theory on this podcast. We had someone a long, long time ago, and we called the podcast Be Aware.
Yeah.
And it's just slipping my mind. Her name, she sends emails out. I still get her newsletter, and I can't think of her name right now, but she talked a little bit about it. Just a little bit
Yeah.
about the Galactic Federation and the, the stuff like that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
but what do you want to tell our listeners about tonight?
Tonight we're gonna
Well,
talk
first things
about
first. First things first, I'm going to interrupt you.
Oh, oh yeah.
Happy New
Happy New
Year!
Year.
Aries season starts tomorrow. Zodiac season is over this year, and it starts again tomorrow.
What? No, we're already in Aries season.
No, Aries season. It's not midnight. Aries season's. Oh, we're Aries season. Oh, why is April 1st the new year then? Is that the witch new year?
April 1st is the real new year, and they call it April Fools because they fool you into thinking that it's not.
I
Because
didn't know
the
that.
new year, yeah,
I
the
didn't
new
know that.
year does not start in winter time. Winter time is a time of resting. And now we're into spring, and it's here we are. We're ready to come out. We're ready to start
Sounds
our
great.
new
I mean,
year. Yeah.
it's been this month, man. March was a crazy whirlwind. I mean, I can't believe like it's still in March. It feels like it went forever, but then
I
it
know.
sped by too. It's really
It
kind of
did.
weird.
Yeah. Aries
But
season is chaos season. That's why.
that's why it's
Aries
all
is all about
confusing.
war.
Coming out of the Neptune phase we were in, and now
hmm
everything's moving into Pisces and the astrology, and I can feel it. It's getting watery in here,
Yes.
mergy and melty, and ooh.
But Taurus season is coming up, so
Yeah, that'll be
that's
fun. That's my
exciting.
birthday. The whole
Yeah.
season is my birthday. So, Marissa, what do you want to teach
Mhm.
our listeners and watchers? Oh, and watchers, this is a video podcast on Spotify and YouTube. It will be, I hope.
Oh yeah. All right, so today we're going to talk about astral projection and lucid dreaming.
Yes. So, Marissa, where would you like to start with this? Would you like to tell your personal experiences, like the first time you realized, so the listener, she's always astral projected, right? You've always astral projected and been able to.
I've always lucid dreamed, and then I started astral projecting um, a little bit after that, and then voluntarily astral projecting. So there's like a difference, but
Okay,
I
well,
will explain it.
however you want to describe this and teach it to people, how they might be able to find this ability within themselves too. That'd be great. Or just tell how you did it. Maybe they'll get something out of that.
Yes, that's exciting. Um, okay, so astral projection is where your soul basically leaves your body. And in the astral plane, you can go to many different places. You can go to planets, you can see past lives, everybody's experience, you can go to the Akashic records. And you actually don't necessarily need to leave your body fully to experience any of that. It's basically like remote viewing. So,
That's what
like,
I was wondering. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, so I can sit here And if I get real still, 15 minutes just sitting here, I can start to see things, which I am in a group. I can't say it. I can't say
Secret society,
it
sister.
is kind of a secret society group. Yes, we'll say that. We are a group of people who actively lucid dream. Some of us are learning to lucid dream and um, figure out what is really going on, basically. So, what's really going on if we're in a prison planet, and what entities are controlling this realm, how we stop the reincarnation process, and stuff like that.
That I'm interested in. How did that how well what? Go back to that one for a minute. Stop the
So
reincarnations. That mean we get to live forever in our same bodies and stay young and healthy unless we get killed or die otherwise by accident.
I'm working on alchemy and the philosopher's stone and
You're gonna do
living
it.
forever.
Yeah.
I'm
Convinced
working
it
on
exists somewhere. I'm
it. It
convinced.
does.
Somewhere it does exist. Yes.
I know. Well, we are trying to figure out what is actually going on. Some
Okay.
of us, some of us have woken up in places that our consciousness seems to be um, being stored somewhere, and that's why our dreams are so controlled. Like a lot of people cannot lucid dream.
I can.
Um,
I have before, but I can't do it
yeah.
on purpose. I haven't been able to yet.
So I'm also trying to teach that too, but um, it's basically there's different levels and ways and um, things you can do to get to that process of lucid dreaming.
Maybe
I
it's just an
know,
introduction to stuff right now,
yeah,
like the topic.
yeah,
So maybe Marissa will continue to come back and teach us if she's nice enough to do so. And she
yeah.
is nice enough to do so, I know.
I am nice, and I will do that. But
Okay.
I was uh, the whole group started because I was looking for somebody who had a similar experience to what I was going through. And I feel like we were talking, me and you were talking about it and how this podcast needed to happen. Like, and something was just not letting it happen. I know we've been
Today,
talking
you
about
mean? Yeah, my stomach.
not,
Yeah, because I even said I had to work, but I had a weird feeling like the
yeah.
thing was off all morning. Like things kept going.
Well, we've been talking about this for like 2 years, doing this
We have.
astral projection one.
Yeah, I even had
And
someone else do an astral projection series, and
yeah,
that was a couple years ago. It's always time for a new one,
yeah, yeah, heck yeah.
Another
Well,
perspective. We've never had anyone really talk about astral projection too much. So,
yeah,
and as many perspectives as I can get on it, I would love to have because I haven't, as listeners, if you're a regular listener, I can't, I don't knowingly astral project. I
yeah,
feel like I do in my sleep to do work, is what it feels like.
yes. And
And I'm
that's the
exhausted when I wake up sometimes, though. You know what I mean from that feeling?
yeah. I've
Yeah,
had to ask my spirit guides to
I need
let
to.
me
Yeah.
rest from doing any type of astral work. Like I need human rest.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
It seems like we can even ask, and they're still like, "Come on, just one more night, just
I
one more
know
night
it.
through this
I
last
know.
push." Like for what? I don't even know why.
I know.
Consciously. So tell us what's
There
going on, though. What have you guys found out?
okay, so the group started because I had been experiencing these weird lucid dreams. Like forever, I could control my lucid dreams. And when you get into a lucid dream, you can go back to previous dreams that you've had. You can create your own dreamscape. You can control the dream, control the people, everything in it.
Okay.
But as of the past year, my dreams had started getting controlled to where I wasn't able to control my lucid dream. I was aware that I was dreaming, but the entities in my dreams would not let me do anything. It was almost like, and people talk about, that they're scared of lucid dreaming and how they're demonic beings in their dreams and stuff like that. It's a whole other story that we'll go into later. But it's really nothing to be scared of. They're like, don't ask the time in your dreams. I've heard that one before.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I'll fight these
I thought
entities.
that was from the movie Inception. I don't know. Again, I
What
remember
was
something weird about that. But they
Oh
took
yeah.
that a lot of stuff from myth and mythology and folklore and put it in that movie though.
Oh yeah, I watched that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one because it's true. You can go in a dream, within a dream,
Yeah, you
within a dream. And I've
can.
woken up in my dreams like that and
I have
kept
to.
having lucid dreams. And they're like, how do you keep doing this? And I'm
Isn't it
like,
weird? And it's like hours and lifetimes and
I
hours and
know.
lifetimes. And it's
I
like, it's not even.
remember a month ago where I was in a dream and I was walking around and I was lucid. And I look at a lady and I go, oh my God, am I dead? And she goes, no. She's like, you're just dreaming. She's like, it's fine. You'll wake up soon. And I'm like, all right, thanks. And I just kept walking. Like, and they try to distract you. Sometimes they'll try to, if you are living like a good lifestyle, like I'm pretty chill, like I live a good lifestyle, but in the dream, they've been trying to control my emotions
What's the
and
purpose of that? Do
to
you think?
feed, to feed.
What does that mean? Listeners might not know what that means. So with the
So so this realm, this physical realm is based off of fear. They feed off fear, anxiety, depression, worry, anger, and they want you to be that way. That's why everything that you consume, it has an effect on your emotions. So the things you watch, the things you eat, the people around us, what you're doing to, you know, the people you keep in your life, but it has an effect on your emotions and they want you down. They want you low. They want you taking all you know, antidepressants, all this stuff to keep your mind where it's at. And they want to feed off that and they love that. And I try to keep a sound mind and I try to be calm and meditate. But in my dreams as of lately, they've been trying to create scenarios to where I get angry or sad or emotional and they start to feed off me. And then I wake up with my energy and my heart just like, oh, like so mad that they're doing this. But yeah, ways to lucid dream, um, guided meditations. Paul Santisi on YouTube is amazing. He actually was the first person to get me out of my body voluntarily.
Oh, okay. What was his
Um,
name again?
Paul Santisi.
Okay.
He has like guided meditations on YouTube. He's really good.
Okay.
Um, and then, just frequencies and stuff, listening to them, they'll put you into a meditative state, laying on your back, getting really, really tired and falling asleep, like in a chair. Go sleep somewhere where, um, you know, it's not really normal. So, not like, don't sleep always in your bed
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Love you.
Love
And
you. Boy. Nice to meet you. And I love you.
she's so funny, sweet. Um, but yeah, falling asleep in places where you won't normally fall asleep in, and like I said, laying on your back, smoking the green can cause you not to dream and
Or remember your dreams, really.
or
Yeah.
remember your dreams. Yeah,
The short term
um,
memory thing. Yeah.
yeah. But smoking mugwort will help you remember
I
your
couldn't
dreams.
sleep if I smoked mugwort. I don't think it's really harsh, but it's a stimulant for me. Everything affects
Oh
me
yeah,
differently than a lot of other people. It's a stimulant for me. It's just like I drink a tea, a Mullen tea, and
yeah. It's
yeah,
oh yeah. You
yeah,
should do it in the morning then, and then
yeah.
maybe
Maybe
it'll work at
you should
night.
try. It's so
That's
harsh though.
for
It's harsh
me.
for me to smoke. But I
Yeah.
do have a dry vaporizer. I could try that because I do that with cat.
Hmm.
So yeah,
I know like coffee, it makes me sleepy.
yeah. Does it? No, it doesn't do that to
It
me.
does. It makes me so
I
tired.
love coffee.
Caffeine.
It's like the
Yeah.
only thing that gets me stimulated. And if I have too much, it's like the hardest drug I can do. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
so
I get you, girl. I just do my tea in the morning.
I
But
kind of want to step back a minute. I have a question about
tell
they.
me, ask
Who
me.
are they? Who are the bad? Who are the negative entities that want to feed on anyone? What are they? Who are they? Like, what are they? Are they
Okay.
energies? Are they spirits? Are they entities? What are they?
So there are actually a bunch of theories. We have yet to really find the actual source, and we are working on
What do y'all
working.
suppose at this point? You don't know, but you're just kind of guessing. Where are you at right now with it?
We are talking about an anomaly. And this anomaly is basically in a void space. So you have the astral space, the lucid space, and you have like the void space, which is all completely different. And when you start to lucid dream, astral project, you'll know when you're in the void space. The void space is you'll be laying there. If you're ever laying there and you kind of feel like you've gotten out of body, but it's pitch black and you hear this like whoosh, whoosh, whooshing
Yeah,
sound.
like your
That's
heartbeat or a different kind of whooshing.
like a jet airplane is going off in your ears and
Huh.
it's just
Okay.
going
I've
like that.
never heard that. Yeah.
But you're in the void space at that point. In that space, you can create your own reality in the astral realm and go back to that place. Like
Wow.
whatever you create in that realm, you can visit anybody, they can come to you.
It's almost like
Um,
a video game. It sounds like a VR kind of
yes,
setup. Yeah.
yes. And so with that,
Hey,
but
hey, hey,
when
hey, hey. Watch out. Hold on. Sorry. Boys. Sorry, listeners and watchers. The boys are fussing and fighting around a big, lots of candles. Hey, hey, hey. Boys. Get your. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I think they're done. I don't know. They're probably going to break a sound bowl next. So we'll see. I can't believe they're not on fire.
oh my
Okay, I'm sorry, Marissa. I did not mean to interrupt you. The cat's just
that's okay.
all of a sudden.
So this anomaly is
That was an anomaly.
oh I know, right?
They're breaking up your discussion of the anomaly. They're trying to make it not happen.
I know. I did a meditation on this before I got on here, and I definitely saw an entity just like kind of staring at me. I saw like half an eye, and it was just like wrinkly skin and just like an evil eye kind of. It was just really weird. But we'll talk about that later. The anomaly I hear, have not seen it myself, just what I've heard, is basically like this creature is like a bottomless pit and it has these tentacles, but I assume that they are energy cords and that's how it attaches itself to you. I believe Gaia, Mother Earth, is her own entity, but she has been taken over by this creature, this thing.
Okay.
And
Like another,
um,
like a Gaia, like another type of entity like Gaia, or is it like a other
by the
completely different?
anomaly.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
So I believe that Gaia has been taken over by the anomaly and the entities that are involved. I'm not going to say they're grays or reptilians or anything like that. I don't know. Um, I just know the energies that I have felt that have taken my consciousness over and have tried to the things that I've seen have been really intense that put me sometimes into a spiritual psychosis almost.
Yes.
And then I started studying what abductions were and all the signs and symptoms and all of this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they can actually control your reality and make you see something that's not actually there. And sometimes I'm like, Lisa, are we actually talking right now? Or is this just what they're showing me? You know what I mean? Like,
Did you say something, Marissa?
you're, don't do that.
I just fucking with you.
Because you don't, I don't know. Like, I've
That's
seen some
weird.
crazy stuff. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
I see beings all the time and I don't, you know what I mean? Like, nobody's
It
in here.
happens to me too, but I don't talk about it. It's just so I'm so used to seeing stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
my mind's eye though. But and
Yeah.
I'm where I feel the presence with energy of
Yeah.
something there and what it is and what it's about. The empathy tells me that, I think.
Yes.
But I
Oh,
don't know what it really is. I mean, it could be anything showing up as anything. And we've had talks about like people who do astral project, say, into your
yes.
space. And I did
Yes.
talk about that one incident on the podcast in a specific episode, but I won't talk about that. It was an explicit
Yeah.
episode. But
Well, I do teach protection to all the students that I've taught
good, good.
astral protection. I
Yes.
First and foremost, protection, how to protect yourself in the astral. And I teach them white light, crystals, all
And
of this,
I have a,
salt.
I know we're about to get into the actual projection part of it, but I
Hmm.
just want to kind of ask, I just had this thought before it goes away. I do want to ask, like, what is the exact distinction between astral travel and a lucid dream? Is it because you can interact with other people?
Okay, so a lucid dream, it's usually where you can control it.
Okay.
My situation
You're where you're dreaming.
is completely different. I've been basically what we would call compromised. Um, Not everybody in the group has been compromised. I have been seen, and they have caught me basically. So I'm working on a way to get out of this controlled space. But the difference is lucid dreaming, you can control the dream, you can control everything that goes on within the dream. Astral projection, you can't really control it. So you're laying there, you get out of body, you're in your room, you're in the space you're in, and you're like looking all around. You can't really control anything. Where you go, if you think about where you want to go, you can go to those places. You can travel to wherever you want to go, but it's like I can't do what I could do in a lucid dream.
Yeah.
Like what's there is there. Like
Okay, I
I can
understand. I understand. You don't have as many infinite options basically as you would in a lucid dream.
well,
Or
just it's
imagination
like
is the limit in a lucid dream. But I guess in a is it in an astral thing, you're like the atmosphere can change without you controlling it. Is that kind of what you're saying?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And like say like this in a lucid dream, you could just make it disappear and it'll
Okay,
disappear.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
like if you see it in the astral, that's what it is. Now, if you're in the astral realm and everything looks the way it is, but like your door is on the other side of the wall, that means that you're starting to fall asleep and you're not keeping your
I've
mind
had
awake.
that happen right
Yeah.
before sleep.
So
Where I'll
you have
look up and
to
I'll feel like my legs and arms are going.
yeah. So you
My
have to
windows are like going like
come back.
this, and my eyes are
Yes.
closed. Yeah.
Yes. So you have to come back to your body because that means it's what we call the Alice in Wonderland effect.
I love
Because
that.
it's like it's starting to change, but then you get back out of like you come back to your body, make sure your mind's awake, your body's asleep, you come back out and you can do what you need to do. Like
Okay.
make sure you're staying and then you can go back to doing what you were doing.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just stick with lucid dreaming for this topic, for this podcast.
Okay.
Because, just keep the like, because this is a really dense subject for us to get into for this. We haven't really talked about this like this on the podcast. And it's been about 30 minutes. So I kind of want the listeners
Oh
to
wow.
digest this. Let's talk a little longer about like the lucid dreaming. And then
I would
maybe
love
if
to.
you want to
Yeah.
come back as soon as you want to, we can maybe make this like a series until you feel like you've told all the instructions and parts of the stories that you want to, if you wanted to. Does that
Heck
sound
yeah.
good to you?
Yeah, I love talking about lucid dreaming. Yeah.
Okay, I would love that. But no, just for now, finish up. We'll finish up with the like kind of like an introduction to the whole like lucid dreaming is what you've been
Yeah.
doing and
Yeah.
building up to astral projection. And I
Yeah.
just know I'm going to have so many questions when we get there that I'm like,
Yes.
this podcast could be like 3 hours long and no one
I
listens to
know.
the whole thing except me over and over. So like a whole life is listening to the podcast until I astral project.
I know it. Trust me.
But no, I do have a question. Do you know of anyone like have you been able to teach everybody just about who's asked you to? Have you been able to teach them to be able to lucid dream at will? Or is it still
Everybody's
kind of hit or
different.
miss? Oh,
Yeah,
everybody's
everybody's different. So I am not it's but the thing is it's not like a yes, I have 100% accuracy on teaching somebody how to
I
it's
understand. That's what I meant. I'm seeing how hard
yeah,
it was. It was difficult or
well, you have to take into consideration what everybody's doing. Like I can't sit there with somebody for the full like for me, it took me 3 days to voluntarily astral project.
okay.
And that's because I had time. I had no interruptions. The kids were at school. I could lay there in my room. I was off from work for 3 days straight, and I laid in my room for the full 8 hours that my kids were in school. Dropped them off, came home, laid there in the bed. Every time I would go falling asleep, wake up and I would do it. It's focus, it's determination. Like, it's, if you want to do this, you
I've
can do
never
this.
done that. I've
Yeah.
never done what you're talking about. I'm like, whoa, that's a
It's
brilliant.
it's determination. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy. But after you get it the first time, you know what the vibrations are, you know what to expect. And it's
yeah,
scary. It's scary. I mean, it's freaky, you know.
yeah.
It's not scary, it's
It's
freaky. It's like,
unusual. So anything we don't
yeah,
know what's happening, we're gonna be a little afraid, if we're losing control
exactly.
too,
I
because it's like,
still freak out, and I've been
yeah.
doing this for years. Like, it's,
I've had it where I feel like I'm getting somewhere and then I will start getting excited. Like,
yes,
if I'm trying to astral project, for example, I'll get like
yes.
excited when I see this blue light is what happens to me is I see like a blue glow in the
Hmm.
darkness of behind my eyes. I actually see the blue glow and I start going towards it. And the closer I get to it, that's when I get that flailing arms feeling. And I'm like, I
Yes,
feel like I'm
yes.
about to, and then I just go, "What is happening?" And then
It
I
gets
can't.
excited. Yeah. Well, if you get too excited, if you get too scared, like, some people will feel like they get stuck and then they get
Yes,
scared. But you just have to
I am
calm
scared.
yourself down. Yeah.
The times I haven't been scared and I'm really almost there and I'm not excited, a cat stops me every single time. And they're like,
Yeah.
and I've told other people that who astral project, and they're like, "Oh, you're not supposed to yet."
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
the astral plane is, it depends on where your mindset is. So if you have a
Okay.
low vibrational mindset at the time, you could be on a lower level of the astral plane. Like, if
So
you
I'm being
feel,
protected from going there.
yeah,
Okay.
like if you feel depressed, you could be on a lower level. And
That makes sense.
if you get out of body, you could start to see, like, negative entities, demonic entities. I don't like the word demonic or
That
demon,
maybe
but
all those trances I used to do with Sam, the trance traveling could be astral projection. I didn't think about that because we would do I don't know what that, more like trance. I don't really know what to call that because
mhm,
my guide Sam and that cat who was just running around shadow cat in spirit cat form, and I used to do trance work. And
yeah,
that's before he was even born. And
yeah,
I would take my clients, I'd tell them what I saw with my guides when we went into like the lower world and upper world and stuff. Like, we just knew those terms to use.
mhm,
And from reading about shamanism. But we would go to these what I call people's places. And their places are just like, and if I told the client or someone I'm doing this for with Sam and the cat, I called it the cat at the time because it never had a name. And if I was doing it with them, I don't know why I never named him. Isn't that weird?
yeah,
And his name's Kendall. But Sam, we go and we see where these places were, and the people we tell them to would say, "Yeah, that's that resident." They'd be like, "I know that place because of blah blah blah." Usually, it's a place they go to in their dreams or daydreams, or a place they went to a lot as a kid and were
yeah,
really happy at. So it's like usually it's a real place, but sometimes it's like, the fire pit, or the planet. One time it was like I think somebody had like a spinning disc in space. It was all rainbows. And that's where they lived, or their place.
yeah.
It's their place. I don't know what else to call it.
There's so many places out there. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Every person has at least a few places.
Oh, yeah.
So
Heck yeah, I've been to some.
Marissa, if listeners want to find out more about you right now,
Yeah.
already in this one first introduction to your series, where can they find you or find out about you? Is there anything you want to, like? Do you have a website or anything like that that you want them to know about? Yeah,
Um,
when you want to be mysterious.
yeah.
Oh,
I have to keep it mysterious.
I like the mystery. Somebody
Yeah.
has to come find you on the astral plane, I guess, and get it out of you.
Yes. Yes, yes,
What's
but
your
wait.
URL?
Okay, so I have to get this out. I have to get this out. Okay. So, two things. One, the dream maker. There is an entity named the dream maker. I call him the dream maker. He has been following me in my dreams, He stops me when I'm lucid, and he will put me in a room. And like the first time I met him, he brought me into a room, and he sat down, and he had two bodyguards in suits, and he looked at me and he goes, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "No." Like, am I supposed to? You know what I mean? Like, I don't play when it comes to these entities. Like, you can't, don't try me. But
Right.
anyway,
Yeah.
because we have gifts in the astral. We have gifts now. We just have not accessed them. Like,
Yes.
we are so limited right now. But it's coming. Anyway, so he tells me he's the dream maker. And I'm like, okay. And we had, oh my God, it felt like 5 hours of conversation. And then he turned the dream into sexual. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, I could feel it, the
Yeah.
energy. And he was like, it's a distraction. And I'm like, okay. Like, somehow he's not wanting me to lucid dream, but he's teaching me
How
how
to
to.
fight through the distractions.
Exactly. And I'm like, what is going on? But in another dream, he told me if I kept lucid dreaming, he would kill me in the real world. And I said, bring it on then.
You can't. Or is he a real person? Is he saying he's a real person?
Yes, like, it's these entities are very real. I have
I mean, is he
had,
a person who's astral projecting that you're meeting, or is this an
I
entity?
don't know. He's been different characters each time. Like,
Interesting.
the second time, he looked like a guy from Hunger Games. He wore like this really nice suit and these high-heeled shoes with like dangling
Oh,
tusk.
like the city people, like the inner city
Yes.
people. Oh, weird.
Yeah, he
Weird.
was really weird looking. And then yeah, he told me he'd kill me. And there is a man that my group is searching for because he has all this information, and his name's Dagon Magus, and we are looking for him because we have a bunch of questions, but he is no longer active. He had a full website, he had everything talking about lucid dreaming, talking about these entities, what we're supposed to be doing, all this stuff. But I think he got compromised, and it's fine. Like, we need his
Wow.
help basically. And
Yeah. Maybe he just kind of went underground for some reason. That's kind of what I'm feeling.
yeah, I think he did. And we are actively hoping he will come back on.
I
But
feel like he's watching you, whoever you're doing, whoever that guy is. I don't know what you're talking about, but I mean, I do know a little bit from just
I hope
picking
he's
other.
watching. I feel like I'm being tested.
I feel like there's just people around y'all watching in the
Yeah.
astral, and
Oh,
I feel like
there
there's
is.
what I understand of the astral planes. I want to call them planes because it doesn't feel like
There.
it's just one place. It feels like it's just like a lot of layers and layers and layers
Yes.
and
Yeah.
layers of
Yeah.
stuff and all around and a ball, and
It's everything.
um yeah, it feels like that energy you're talking about is it's in all like a lot of the layers is what it feels like.
Yeah.
And that one feels like it's with other energies too. You know what I
He
mean?
is. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what it is yet, but the next podcast, I'll let you know if I
Yeah, you
can.
find out in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know
Really
that
cool.
there are entities that are watching us and hoping we succeed in what we're trying to do,
That's true.
because
Yeah.
there are layers to this realm that people, like these other entities, cannot enter. Like,
Okay.
so the help that we ask for on certain things that we need, like, it's so complicated. It's complicated.
It sounds like it, but hey, what else we got to do but get through the complicated muck?
I know it.
Thank you,
I'm gonna.
Marissa. And
Yeah.
lastly, do you have any like advice to anyone who's hearing this and they're like, what are they talking about? But they kind of know, but they don't
Yeah.
know if they want to talk about it. What
Yeah, hit
advice
me
do you
up.
have for them?
Hit me up. I need to know what you questions you got, what you're thinking, what you've been doing.
And she says she'll let you know next podcast where you can find her. She's going to be mysterious on that too. So, and if
Yeah,
you
I
can't
gotta.
find her in the astral realm before the next podcast, she'll let you know where you can find her in this realm. Yeah,
I'm pretty hidden in the astral realm. Those that
you
know where
are.
to find me know where to find me. But
That sounds so cool. Thank you,
then it's
Marissa. And I want to like to thank
yeah,
our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths so you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And again, Marissa, I love you to death. Thank you for coming on tonight. And we'll have you come back on whenever you want to talk about this.
I'm excited. I love you too. Thank
I'm
you.
excited. And listeners, watchers, I love you. I love you. I love you. You say it 3 times, you know what it means? It means you didn't say it once, you said it twice, you said it 3 times. That's what it means. You mean it 3 times. It means exactly what it is. Thinking that's what she's saying. Exactly what it is maybe exactly what it is.
Mhm.
And the weird in life that we try to make sense of, maybe it's just weird. I love you, listeners. I love you, watchers. I love you. Peace out.